You know, such a big part of our job is dealing with the past mistakes of either clients and their ignorant gardeners, landscape contractors, or other tree men. So today's topic is planting in groups of 3. It's an aesthetic decision that landscape architects like to do sometimes, and they'll plant 3 trees where there should be 1. Now, why is this a problem? Well, if you look at this grouping as a whole, it looks like one big tree with 3 trunks.
Smile, Lucy.
But the truth of it is, you've got 3 trees that are growing in the same area, and each tree grows off to its own direction. So each of these trees is 1/3 of the mass, and all the foliage extends out beyond the edges of the tree grouping. So I got called out to a job for this tree. One of the large limbs snapped, as you can see. And here's clearly part of the reason why it snapped. This tree was topped in the past. And I took my camera and I tried to reach around the backside to show what the decay looked like. And as you can see, the decay organism runs up the branch, but the wound is below the branch. So it is clearly running through the cell structure of the wood. Now, because these 3 trees, or actually there's 6 of them, there's 2 sets of 3s on this property, because each of these trees is growing as 1/3 of the whole, they have grown to be very, very heavy. And over time, these trees have had multiple top cuts and multiple large cuts because they grew abnormally one-sided. Unfortunately, a lot of these old cuts are now decaying out, leading to much worse future problems and more weaknesses. Here you can see me running a stick down in there just to get a better idea of how deep it is. You have to remember, it's not just how deep it is, but it's how far up the stem the decay spreads in both directions. There's that big cut there after I took the stub off. And I'm sure it's hollowing all the way down. And I went further up in the tree, and you can see yet another area where the tree is in trouble. So now the big question is, what do we do with this monster? This tree is inundated with areas of weakness, all directly a result of somebody's past harsh pruning, but also directly related to the fact that this was an improper grouping of 3 trees where there should only be 1 tree. So we have 3 inferior trees that are getting so big and so much weaker. There you go. That's cool. I got to the ground and I took a closer look at the stub that I cut off, and you can see that it is just riddled with weakness, riddled with decay. There's a little bit more going up another section of it. That's further up. So we've got all these decay pockets in a species of tree that decays out pretty bad. It spreads pretty quickly. And these people like these trees. They're nice shade trees. So what do we do? What do we do? Can I thin them out and make them light enough? Can I do some end weight reduction? Or do I have to go really drastic and butcher these trees and cut them way down, knowing that they'll sucker out and survive? As much as I hate to do it, I think that's probably the wise choice. And it's all because of somebody's past mistake.